How's everyone doing? This is Joe with Ohio Wood Burner. It's a big day today, guys. We got a load coming in, and man, it has just been... I think there's going to be problems in the firewood market, at least in my area, because, you know, with the price of lumber, and in our area, I've heard that there's been 2 brand new mills opened because of all the demand. And man, a lot of these firewood trucks aren't, they're going up there because they're getting much more money for a load of logs about this size than they can for firewood. So that has been, you know, when you start a business, I guess, you know, there's risk in everything that we do. And the things that keep me up at night, you know, it's not finding customers, it's not my machines breaking down. It's this, it's supply. Man, I still haven't figured out the supply. Jesse and I have an excellent relationship, but I mean, he's run ragged. He said, you know, just from the work that's out there, everyone's selling lumber, and the lumber is getting trucked, you know, up to Middlefield, which is our big timber hub of Northeast Ohio. So I have been, let me turn this around here. I have had 0 logs, guys. I'm all out. This is that gigantic oak stump that someone left here as a joke. He's moving this off to the side for me because it's just been in my way. I'm gonna go ahead and get that cut up one of these days here. And there he just tore apart my driveway. And there he tore it up again. That thing is weighs about as much as my truck. Okay, but I am all out of logs. I've run them through the Japa, and I say that though because this pile over here is oak, and I ain't messing with oak right now, guys. You know my relationship with oak, and this is, I'm not even dealing with oak right now. This next row over here has got a story to it for another day, and then the last back here, that's mostly oak and cherry too, and I have an abundance of cherry. That's something I've never said before. What I need is maple and ash, and that is mostly what this load is. It's mostly maple. He said he's going to smooth off my work area a little bit. That's what he's doing right now. These were the old runners from the last load, so we're just bringing these down, and I'll get those cut up first before those logs go bad. I'm going to back out of the way here a little bit. I notice I'm not as close to this action as it seems like I am on the camera, so fear not. I am at a safe distance, I think. I'll move back anyways. So when they bring these logs in, they lay down a couple runners like that, and that just keeps them all off of the ground. It really helped me in the old days with when I was rolling them down to my machine. Well, that's a nice looking piece of maple there. Let me come over here and get a broadside view. And you guys might recognize the truck. That's Jesse the log hauler. And these logs came from down below Youngstown in a community called, that's a cherry log there, in a community called Canfield. And I think this was out of a residential area. And these were leftovers. So this helped him out. Because on his way home, you know, he's not just burning fuel to come home. Now he's making some money on these logs, because I'll be paying him for these. This load is trending a little larger. So I think a number of these might be too big to run through my Japa. And they'll be, I think I got dizzy watching those logs getting spun around like that. These were probably going to get bucked and split the old-fashioned way, which, yeah, it's the wrong time of the year for this, because it is hot out, man. We have had some major heat this week. Boy, that's a nice looking maple log. There's a lot of firewood. That's a cherry log. He'll move that one to the back. I got way too much cherry, if you can believe that. I need maple right now. I want to get this split and stacked and get it drying out. I'm going to climb up on this log here and get a better view. I was talking with Jesse, the log hauler, and he was just saying how his truck hasn't shut off in the last 3 weeks. He said that these mills are buying everything they can get their hands on. Here's an interesting log. Yeah, I got 2 for the price of 1 there. Look at that. I think the old timers called that a school marm tree. But look at me sweating here. It is hot. We have had major heat, intense heat and humidity. That looks like a locust coming off, that short one. We have been having, you know how it gets when it's like super hot, and then there is just this big, powerful storm that comes through, and then the sun comes back and it dries up, and that's the kind of weather we've been having. It is, you can see our driveway's wet. It's just been a lot of water. The ground's kind of soft out here again. And you know, that wet July that we had, that has slowed the logging down too. So I think there's just been a lot of negative things happening for the firewood market, at least here the way I see it. I think the guys that make firewood from, you know, wood that they scrounge or maybe wood off of their own land, I think they're in good shape. But guys like me, you know, that depend on the log trucks coming in to keep my processor fed, man, it's scary, you know? Man, these are just perfect logs. I won't even need to trim these. They'll just go right onto the live deck. It's funny when you get into firewood, you see logs differently. I'm looking at species, I'm looking at their size, how straight they are. You know, this one here, we need to somehow get that one cut in half, huh? Trim that one off. This looks like another cherry log here. Jesse has a new truck. He's been building it though. It was a tanker truck, so he's getting the tank removed and having a new bunk and crane installed. So he's using his old Mack Superliner right now. This is not what I would consider a full load. I don't think we're going to get anywhere around 6 cords off of this. Man, these are nice looking logs though. There's a little crooked one, but these are going to go through really fast. So I won't even need to cut these in half. These are already down the size. They'll fit right on my live deck. Here's my live deck over here. I'll just fork them up with the Bobcat and get to making firewood. A lot of you guys are always asking about these logging trucks, and you know, there's really no secret to them. You just got to go out and find them. I have found, you know, every driver that I've ever met has been friendly and approachable, and I think it helps if you have a business card on you, because you just can't rely on memory, you know, about give me a call sometime. Give them something to put in his hand, a business card, anything with your name and number on it, but also, you know, it helps to have a location where they can get in and out of quickly, and you already have your money on hand too. People like to get paid when services are rendered. But you know, guys, I was talking with Jesse about this before. This is still my biggest struggle with firewood, is what you're watching right here. Even though I have a good situation with log hauler Jesse, I'm still not, you know, I'm nowhere near my supply level that I need. It's been a weird season. You know, COVID has played a role last year, and it's still playing a role this year with lumber prices. And then the wet summer that we've had, which slowed down a lot. I don't know what that might be a poplar log right there. I don't know about that. And here's another locust log. Locust is a great tree, guys. It's got some natural oil in it that makes it rot resistant. People make fence posts out of them. This one on the upper right hand corner is locust. here's our last ones. Yeah, these are gonna, I'm gonna make these into firewood pretty quick. This pile's gonna be down to nothing here pretty soon. There he is cleaning off his, oh, look at that. I always say, why are you brushing all that garbage onto my driveway? And he says, because you paid for it. But for the log hauler, this is a big deal. They got to keep their truck clean because that falls out onto the road. They can get rode up for that condition. All right, let me climb down off this log without breaking something here. Oh my God. There you go, guys. And then Jesse comes down off of the ladder, idles down, PTO off. So let me shut this off here and I'm gonna walk on over here. And here goes log hauler Jesse backing out. And off he goes. Let's look at our load here. So these are not our full length logs that we're used to getting. They come in around 20 to 22 feet long. I guess these came from a residential area and they couldn't pull them out of the woods at full length. So everything got cut in half. So these are all shorter, not all, but the majority of them are shorter. And I'm just thinking, these are just, the Japa is gonna make mincemeat out of these logs. There are a couple big ones, but I ain't gonna worry about that. I'll buck that the old-fashioned way, and like this one here. And then he threw the cherry onto the far end. I'll do these last. I just have an abundance of cherry right now. So there you go. But I'm serious, guys. This is the name of the game. I would have never thought. The biggest blind spot I had with this entire enterprise was this supply. I just thought, I don't know, I just thought that logs would just magically appear, you know. I would always have log, but man, when you get above 30, 40 cords, I think you transition from a person who makes firewood to a person who produces firewood. Production is totally different, guys. And you got to lean on that supply, and that has been my biggest challenge, is having a reliable supply. I think what we got going on right now, you know, is still a lot of these things that are just out of a lot of people's control. But what can I do about it? I can complain about it, or I can do something about it. And that's what I'm doing. I'm doing something about it. I've been working my leads. I've been leaning on my guys that I have that, you know, we have agreements with that make firewood. I got my trailer loaded right now that's going to be stacked. Everything I can do to be in supply, because I sell firewood. And if I don't have any inventory, what am I doing, you know? There you go. So I hope that you enjoyed this video, and I hope it gave you some insight into the firewood industry, at least how I see it. You know, there's all kinds of different businesses out there in our industry, but this is just the way that I do it. And I'm trying to do it as a single person for the most part, and remain profitable so I can keep the house and stay in my Dr. Pepper habit. All right. Okay. Like and subscribe. Please hit that thumbs up button. And I hope everyone has a great day.